All right, we are recording. We could edit off the beginning, but not in the middle.
Right.
So
gotcha.
make all your errors right now.
Right now, make them now. I'm not going to make
I haven't
any
learned
errors
how
now.
to edit in
You
the middle yet.
You want to lead in? Or you want me to lead in?
You lead in. Tell us about your favorite listing. Why we're here, where we're at, and why we're here.
Oh, okay, sure. Ready?
Yeah. Let's
1,
go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And showtime.
So today we took advantage. Of this beautiful weather and to come out to one of my favorite listings ever. It's located in Abbotsford, which is just across the street from the Coconut Grove Playhouse. And I will tell you that even local Grove people don't even know about this. It is an enclave that is kind of surrounded by Camp Biscayne and also surrounded by the Barnacle. But the beauty of it is obviously the background. You can, from here, you can actually see all of Miami, from Brickell to my immediate right, and then you can scan out and see South Beach. You can actually see all Key Biscayne, the lighthouse, and we can even go a little bit further and see Elliott Key and also Soldier Key. So it's a really, really beautiful view. And again, it was always one of my favorite listings. It's no longer one of my favorite listings because I sold it, so now I don't have anything to do with it. And hopefully I can just beg people to come up here and every once in a while have a drink up here. So again, my name's Javier Gonzalez. Here next to me is Ashley. And I think we're going to talk about something that Ash wanted to mention about. So shoot, start.
Well, I'm looking at State Barnacle Park.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a lot of locals don't even know it's here, right
true.
next to Abbotsford.
Correct, true.
Something I love about this place, you told me, it was built on a hardwood hammock.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So flooding's not really an issue here.
Nope. And it also has one of the few docks. So if you look behind us, I don't know if you can see the dock, but maybe later we'll just take a picture of it. But it actually has a 16-slip dock, which is very, very hard to come by. So that's one of the other beauties about this location. But it's just beautiful. I mean, and today was just, it's today you could sell anything. And and speaking of that, I think that's going to be the topic that you wanted to deal with about what's happening down here and pricing and where it's going.
Yeah, we want to. Everyone's always asking what's the outlook.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to know what do you predict in the next 6 months or year or 5 years as a realtor. And I don't think you can predict.
No, it's very hard to do.
Especially we see how the global, the national, the local climate just up and down. Like you can't predict it anymore. What's going to go on in the headlines? But everybody's coming here, so prices continue to go up. And we can't just build.
No, there will always be a lack of inventory because, and we've talked about this through other means and to clients, is that you have a finite land here in South Florida where you can build on, and most of it has already been built on. Most of Coconut Grove, most of your, your more sought after neighborhoods are all on the Silver Bluff, all on the Pineland Bluff. And, after that, you start to go into swampland. Like I remember when I was a kid, you weren't born, but when I was a kid, 826 was the final boundary and everything else was Everglades. Even Doral, I think is like 6 feet under sea level.
I think Doral was Everglades when I was born, though.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, it's all, and you're still continuing to build out there. And I think we touched briefly on one of our other, one of our podcasts, actually our first one. This is our second one. We're very excited about this. That, we protect what we call the urban boundary line, which is the UBL, which is more or less where Chrome is. And there's been now a push to see if they can build out because there's a lot of pressure on government to say, how are you going to do the affordable housing?
Right.
How are you going to try to solve this issue? And Miami's just a unique place. You don't have a lot of land. You have, the Everglades to the west, the Atlantic Ocean, you have the Bay to the south. So it's very, very difficult to build. And that's just one of our realities.
And the reality is that it's not just other U.S. states moving here, it's other countries moving to Miami. Yeah. I love the Miami culture. You have all those South American cultures, Caribbean cultures, it's all mixing pot here, and I love it.
I've always said we're a paradox because you can go from the super high end to actually you can get a meal here, in Miami for, a couple bucks. And that is one of our realities of, what we do and what we can offer clienteles that come down here. And I think the more I think you experience it, and I've been here since 1965, and the more you experience it, you realize that this is a great place to be. A lot of people love it to come down here. We may not be the most culturally sophisticated people out there, but I think we sure are multi-ethnic And I think that's an enclave for a lot of people to come down, and they feel comfortable here. And that's another, that's another benefit that we offer.
Definitely. I mean, I feel like no matter what culture you're coming from, Miami's very welcoming, even though everyone seems to have this like reputation of Miami being rude.
Yeah, we're not.
I kind of think everyone's just minding their business.
Yes, I agree with you completely. It is about everybody doing their thing. And then when there is, I remember when Hurricane Andrew happened, everybody came together. And that was 1992. And we were as diversified then as now.
Right.
And I think that is one of our really interesting cultural things, that we do come together in crisis.
Yeah.
But usually day to day, it's like everybody's doing their thing.
Yeah.
And enjoying their thing.
So people, I guess, could be perceived as rude. And it's a fast-moving town, it's not meant for everybody.
No, we can't drive worth.
If you have road rage, don't come here.
Yeah, do not come down here. If you think you're gonna get somewhere fast, you ain't. This is the worst driving area.
Hey, have your phone's ringing.
Phone's always ringing. We got to take a few minutes and let it be. And by the way, we apologize for the sunglasses. We're always supposed to say that we're gonna, see our eyes, but if we do it, we'd be squinting, and it would not be a pretty sight. So.
And I'm trying to avoid the wrinkles.
Yeah. So there you go. Again, I think you wanted to talk more about affordability of where we see it, and I think you touched on it again, that we just have a finite amount of land, and we have a huge influx coming in from a lot of the blue states, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. I just don't.
Yeah.
And that'll keep putting pressure. And there was a thing about somebody buying a building in Hialeah, which for us is like, whoa, in Hialeah. And
that's going to be the next.
Yeah, there's the next boom, and they're upping rents 65-70%, and we've seen it in the rental market. We do manage a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah, and we talked about this morning that Hialeah's working class population.
Yeah.
You can't up their rent 60% if you don't up their income.
Right.
So
now we do have a thing called the shadow economy here, so we do have a huge amount of cash that runs through this place. So it kind of gets a little bit, a little disparity.
It's hard to measure.
Yeah, very hard to measure.
Supposedly, what's the median income in Miami?
Miami's median income is registered around $33,000-$35,000. Miami-Dade is about 51.
I don't think I know anybody that makes that money.
No, and then the reality is, I think it's going to go up this year. I think the median income is going to go up, and we've always talked about hoping this show kind of shed some light on how public policy, makes some things happen. And when you see that your median income in Miami-Dade County and all the housing policies are built around that medium, but in Miami it's 35%. It's 35,000. So there's this, almost as a $30,000 disparity in what people can afford, and public policy is basing themselves on Miami-Dade's numbers.
Right.
So a lot of these other little neighborhoods that don't command that kind of income, it becomes very difficult.
And let's clarify, you say the shadow economy. That is that Miami has a big cash economy.
Yep.
People get paid in cash, they pay for things in
cash,
and this cash isn't reported.
Right.
So the policy can't keep up.
No.
Because it's not reported.
Right, and you're basing public policy on bad information, because you're not taking into account. And I've looked at it, and I've felt that in certain areas it could be as high as 30-40% of the income is in a cash income, and that's not reported, and that doesn't get taken care of. But again, how does that affect our housing crunch? Again, we just have a finite land to build.
Right, that even if the policy caught up with the cash economy, it's not going to fix the finite amount of land that we have. Right. So that means we have to go up. Yeah,
up, or you zone, and you rezone places, and that's not going to be popular, because that's an NIMBY, not in my backyard. And at the end of the day, just the way our zoning is in Miami, in the city of Miami, is for every acre you can only build 9 properties on it.
Okay.
So imagine that you went down to Pinecrest and you ripped in there and said, "Hi guys, we're going to cut all of your big acres and we're going to split it into 9." That isn't going to play well.
No.
Or you go into other neighborhoods, and I remember having this comment in West Grove when I was with the village council, is that all of a sudden you upzone a whole area, and you go from single family or duplex to go to a 3 stories, which is a T4, and it's just super difficult. I mean, I wish we had a magic bullet.
Right.
But again, as long as we have this, it's just going to be very, very difficult. And I feel for the locals, for the folks that are out there buying. It's extremely hard.
Yeah, you're going to be displaced from, if Miami's your home, and you're average Joe, you're likely to be displaced.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't see it changing anytime soon. I really don't. I wish.
Yeah, there's no solution to that.
No, there is no solution.
So there is a little solution. If you're thinking about leaving Miami, go.
Yeah, really. Yeah, if you want to go freeze up in Buffalo, to quote Jimmy Buffett.
You know, everyone is kind of sticking to Florida because of our policies and politics here. So go to North Florida.
Yeah.
You know, I hear a lot of people my whole life, not recently, my whole life always complain about Miami being a fast town, and rude and stressful, blah, expensive, all the excuses. If you feel that way,
there's options.
There's options, and you should sell and you should go.
And you still stay in Florida. And we've had a couple clients that have actually moved. One of our clients is moving up to the Orlando area. And still staying in Florida, taking advantage of all the benefits that we offer. No state income tax.
Right. I mean, Florida is gorgeous. Miami, we love it. Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. But I think you could get the same view a little bit north if you looked for it.
Yeah, I think it's out there.
Yeah.
So this is, and we're sorry we're being super depressing.
Well, we went down.
Right.
Good thing we have a pretty background.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's like, okay, come on down here, but you can't afford it. So just have some, come on down.
I mean, but it is. I'm closing next week with a young couple, young, not doctors, not attorneys. Not even entrepreneurs. They are your average Joe, and they worked hard and they saved their money and they were. They kept their hope in the shopping. Right, yeah. We took a couple months break.
Right. How difficult was it?
It was difficult, but they didn't give up.
Right.
So it's not impossible.
No, it's not impossible. Well, there are opportunities and there are places, but again, everybody thinks about Miami as Miami proper. We are a very, very big county.
Yeah.
And we have accessibility. And I think also one of the things that may help the buying culture is the fact that we are now not having to go to offices, not having to go to places.
Yeah.
And then Miami, another thing too that a lot of people don't realize is we're very entrepreneurial.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of folks that work for themselves, which is one of the things that you can't get on paper.
Right, that's part of the cash
That's part of, and that's also the issue why we can't solve traffic, and we're never going to, because we have all sorts of
entrepreneurs,
folks,
driving around.
On the street. Listen, realtors drive on the streets all the time, and we're half the problem there. So I don't know. Maybe we'll start walking around. Yeah, we should do that.
We walk in the Grove.
We do walk.
If
we walk
there's a showing in the Grove, we walk from our office.
We sure do, and we try to keep the cars off the road.
Yeah, look at us being green
exactly.
and stuff.
I know, right?
Wow,
look at us. We're important. Anything else we want to chat about, or you want to just call it a day?
I think this is it. We gave you a view. Once I
enjoy the view.
Once I cut this right here, I'll give you a full tour of what's behind us, and we thank you for joining and listening.
Yeah, and come on down. And if you need some expert advice on anything that is Miami, we're here for you, and we're going to talk about a lot of different subjects. Some of it won't even be real estate; it'll just be what we have here as Miami proper, as what I love to call Miami.
Miami.
All
right.
It's our way.
Thanks, guys.
All right, take it easy. Have a good one.